What is going on, everyone? It is Tyler McKinney back here again, and today we're going to get back into some XFL content. We got kind of a lot to cover today, so I hope you're excited, hope you're ready to go. If it's your first time here, hey, I'm glad to have you. If you're a return viewer, thanks for coming back, and thanks for watching more videos. And if you haven't yet, please consider subscribing. I really appreciate all of the support that I get from you guys, and you guys going through and clicking that bell and that notification and that subscribe button really helps me out a whole lot. So I thank you so much for doing that. All right, let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and let's get into the content for today. So we got a couple things to cover today. The question is are you a fan? An F.A.N, a fan. It's it's this, I guess, new community that the XFL has put together. They're calling it the Football Advisory Network. I've already signed up for it. Hopefully you have. If you haven't yet, I'll definitely put a link down in the description for you, and you can click on that and you can go ahead and sign up and become part of it. Pretty much they take you through this questionnaire, so to say, and they kind of ask you all these different questions about yourself, what you like, what you don't like, how many sporting events you go to, all sorts of crazy different things to kind of get a feel of who you are and where you kind of fall in that spectrum of sports fan, because they really want to know. And so I think that was pretty cool. It was an interesting survey, I guess is what you call it. And so, I went through the survey, did that, and then I went in, and so the community thing is kind of like, I don't know, this collaboration or kind of like this kind of like board where, you kind of have all of these different kind of news things, like bulletins they can kind of put up there. And then also it's kind of like a forum as well to where, people can post things and stuff. And I guess the whole idea is to give the fans a place where they can come and they can kind of express their thoughts and their ideas about the whole experience that they're having with the XFL, and possibly go ahead and, offer their suggestions to the XFL. If you kind of watched, you had Jeffery Pollack, who's the president of the whole XFL. He sat down with, I think it's the XFL show, and, they did an interview with him, and they really are trying to make this a really good fan experience, all the way from like us sitting at home to the fan that's in the stands. And, one of the things that he said is that fans really, the one thing that fans really wanted when he's been in other kind of football type of scenarios, and that is that they've wanted to have access to the field. And so the XFL is going to be the first football brand that he's worked with that's going to give access to the field for the fans. And we've kind of heard about that before in different articles and, different interviews that they're really trying to get, those fans that want to spend the money and want to do it to give them access on the field. The other thing is they're really trying to bring an affordable ticket price for the fans so that they could really bring out the whole family. And that's why he was talking about, I think all but New York, the tickets will be $20 at the start. And then I think it's $25 for the tickets in New York. But, the whole thing is trying to make it accessible for the fans. So having this new FAN, the Football Advisory Network, that's kind of adding to that. And supposedly they're going to do giveaways through that, have special offer deals and things like that in it. So, I think it's probably worth your time to sign up. Now, there's really nothing on it. So, like when I went in there, everything was pretty much blank. So they haven't added anything there yet, but at least you can go ahead and log in there and put your little your little picture or whatever that you normally use for your avatars and things of that nature in there, but that's pretty much all you can do, and maybe change some of your personal settings. So that's pretty cool. So definitely go out and check out the FAN. Now let's go ahead and let's move on to, we had the big announcement today, and the big announcement is that Houston, that the greater Houston area is going to be hosting the training camps for all of the 8 different teams. So what does that mean? Well, it means the mini camps, I think, are still going to be held in the sites where the team is going to call home. So it'd be like their home stadiums and that where they're going to be located home. Their home for the mini camps and that are going to be coming up here in December. But when they all meet together in January for their training camp, they are all going to meet in the Houston area, but they're all going to be at different sites. So it's interesting to look at it because the XFL has gotten actually 8 different sites that they're able to go at and that they're going to be at for these, let's just call it like 3-4 weeks that they're going to be there. And so you've got the different teams are going to be broken up into these different areas. So let's just go over and we'll cover them really briefly. So Dallas is going to be at Darrell Tully Stadium. Now that is Spring Branch Independent School District's field. That's where they play ball, and so that's where the Dallas Renegades are going to be located. That's where they're going to be having their camp. The DC Defenders, they're going to be having their camp at Rice Stadium, and that's on Rice University. That's their stadium. That's where they play their football games. So that's kind of where they're going to be housed. And also, I should mention that where the Dallas Renegades work out at, they're going to be working out in Houston Christian School is where they're going to be working out at. So now the Houston team, they're actually going to be using their home field. So they're going to be using the TDECU. That's a mouthful. Say it again, TDECU Stadium. And pretty much it's the University of Houston Cougars Stadium. And so that's where they're going to be working out, and that's where they're going to be training, and that's the field that they're going to be using. Now, the Los Angeles Wildcats are going to be using Alexander Durley Stadium, and that's Texas Southern University. So that's where the Texas Southern University, that's where they play their football games, and so they're going to be using their stadium and their facilities there. The New York Guardians are going to be using Husky Stadium, and that's Houston Baptist University, and so they're going to be there on the university there using their field and their facilities to do workout and to do all of their training camp at. Now, St. Louis, they're going to be at the W.W. Thorne Stadium, and that's Alden Independent School District. And then they're going to be kind of working out at St. Pulse X, and I don't know what that is, but that's where they're going to be working out. So they're going to be using the school district stadium, and then they're going to be working out at the St. Pulse their facilities. So, and then we've got working now on to Seattle Dragons. They're going to be at Delmar Stadium, and that's Houston Independent School District. And so they're going to be at their field, and they're going to be doing their weights at O Athletic. And that's with a K at the end. So they're going to be in those 2 different locations. And then Tampa Bay, they're going to be at George Turner Stadium. And that's where Humble Independent School District is, and they're just going to be there. So they must have, a weight room facility and things like that for them to work out and to do, their weights and stuff there. So they probably have facilities there for them to be there. So that's pretty much what we learned, that the January training camp, that's where it's going to be located. So they're all going to be Houston bound. They're going to spend about 3-4 weeks in Houston getting all ready for the start of the season. So that's pretty cool. We got some neat news, and things are ramping up, and they're trying to get, it definitely looks like they're trying to get everything ready for the upcoming the kind of upcoming holiday and try to get some of this stuff set in place before the holidays. Now, let's go ahead and let's talk briefly about the supplementary draft. We know that that's going to be happening on Friday. So the 22nd, which is Friday, what will happen is that they're going to have that supplemental draft. So be paying attention, because Friday evening I will definitely be coming out with a video, and we're going to go through and we're going to break down the draft. So stay tuned to the channel, come back to the channel, and I will definitely have my thoughts on the draft and kind of outline what happened with the draft, and then we will actually get into kind of some player stuff at that time as well. So it might be 1-2 videos, but definitely you're going to be getting content from me this whole weekend. I'm going to try to get it out quicker than what I have been getting these position kind of rankings out. It takes a lot of time to go through and research all of these different players and what they've done and where they've been, and kind of speculate where I think that they'll fall and all that. So I really appreciate you guys sticking with me as I've been getting these out, and I'll put links down to them if you haven't watched the videos yet of my rankings of the players. I go into in depth about each one and what they've been doing since they were in college. And so I think if you've been liking the content, I think that you'll like those videos. So definitely put links down in the description for you with that. So pretty much that's what I've got for you guys today. So hopefully you enjoy the video. Hopefully you got a little bit more information. And as the week goes on, we'll definitely, as more information comes out, we'll definitely be doing videos on that. But be looking for video to come out on Friday covering the supplemental draft. All right, guys, I'd love to hear you down in the comment section. Let me know what you think, and also too, if you got any suggestions for me, let me know. All right. Well, I know that you're busy. I know that I'm busy, so let's get on out of here. You have a good night. Bye.